You know that nobody knows in this country how many laws we are governed by? We've lost count. We tried reference libraries, we tried governmental bodies, we tried the law society, and even they don't know. And they tell us that ignorance of the law is no excuse. We have laws which are made by what they call parliamentarians, but the law is always drafted by a lawyer. Clever people, those lawyers. Because what they do is they always draft a law and leave a few loopholes in it. So if you break the law, you hire them to defend you against the law that they've created. And actually, one of the paradoxes of law is that if you go to sleep on a bench in Hyde Park, they give you a £2 fine. If you go to sleep on a bench in the Old Bailey, they pay you £18,000 a year. At one time in my life, I was what they call a freelance reporter, and I used to spend a great deal of time in the law courts of Dublin. Now, if you want logic, that's the strangest place in the world to go to. I heard a judge say, well, the fellow one morning, and he said, have you ever been up before me? And the fellow says, I don't know. What time do you get up? I heard counsel talk to a witness, and he said, who hit you in the eye? He said, that fella in the dock did. And believe it or not, I heard counsel say, were there any eyewitnesses? And the fella says, he was there. He said, well, not him. Anybody else? He says, well, I was there. I saw counsel, a rather pompous counsel, being taken down by the honesty of a little fellow. And the counsel said, are you married? He says, yes, sir. So to whom are you married? He says, a woman. He said, really? You're actually swearing on the oath that you are married to a woman? He said, yes, sir. He said, incredible. Have you ever heard of anybody being married to a man? He says, yes, sir, my sister. Believe it or not, I actually heard a judge in a court in Ireland pass sentence upon a man. And he said, according to the law and the evidence that has been presented in this court, and there's been very little of it, I find you guilty. And I sentence you to 2 weeks imprisonment. And if you're guilty, consider yourself lucky, because it's a very light sentence. And if you're not guilty, let it be a lesson to you. Judge, one morning said, it would appear that there are only 11 members of the jury in the box this morning. One missing. And the fellow stood up and said, my lord, that's me friend. He got a bit bored with the proceedings over the last couple of weeks, and he's gone to the races, but he's going to come back tomorrow. And the judge said, how considerate of him. What if we finished the case today? He said, well, he's given me his verdict. There was a policeman in Dublin who actually was the bane of any barrister's life. And when he was ever about to appear as a witness, word would run around the law courts, and every barrister that was free, they would come and sit in the court and watch one of their own members being totally destroyed by the logic of this policeman. And I saw counsel when I talked to him, and he said, you're actually telling me that you witnessed the fight between the plaintiff and the defendant? He said, yes. He said, you actually saw them punch one another, kick one another, bite one another, and you stood by and did nothing. He said, that's right, sir. He said, why didn't you go to the aid of the plaintiff? He said, well, at the time, I didn't know it was him. And I actually heard him, believe it or not, state in court, under oath, that he had the ability to see round corners. And the counsel said, now, you had this house under observation. He said, yes, I did. He said, from where were you standing? He said, I was standing around the corner. And the counsel said, you had the house under observation and you were standing around the corner? He says, yes. And the counsel said, are you telling me that you have the ability to see around corners? The counsel rose to it and said, really? My lord, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, members of the court, we are in the presence of a man who God Almighty has seen fit to bestow upon the gift of seeing around corners. We are but poor mortals among such a gigantic figure. Constable, would you be so kind as to demonstrate to us poor people in this court this amazing gift of seeing around corners? He said, yes, sir. He said, the house is there, I'm here on the corner, and I go. It must be